Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jack of All Trades, and today I want to talk with you about the stock that I bought, which is Alibaba. I made a presentation, let's dive into it and have a look. So what are we going to talk about today? Well, first the purchase, what did I buy? I will explain to you what Alibaba is, what their business is. I will show you some of their numbers. I will explain to you the pros of buying Alibaba, the cons of buying Alibaba, and I will end up with my conclusion, which I already gave away because I bought the stock. It's good for you to know I'm not a financial advisor. Everything I say or share is my personal opinion. Don't just follow it, do your own research. Well, first of all, the purchase. Before I did the purchase, I already had 22 shares, which I bought at $105.25 on average, and I purchased 9 more. The price of these 9 stocks were 73 euros and 52 cents. I was in a dilemma because just before I wanted to buy them, the stock went up with 7% just that exact day. I transferred the money to my broker, had it in my account, was ready to buy, and then I saw they went up by 7%. I wasn't happy about this, but it happened, and I still think there's a lot more upside to it. So instead of calling off the purchase, I went through with it and I bought it. So on the left bottom, you will see the proof of my purchase. I bought it through Interactive Brokers. The second picture will show the increase in price, and the third one will show you the overall information. So what is Alibaba? Well, Alibaba is a Chinese company and they own several different businesses. They're all shown on this picture right now. Most of them are probably not recognizable to you. Therefore, I made a second sheet, which will go over some of their names, and I will explain to you what they are and what they do. So you have Taobao and AliExpress. You can compare them to Amazon. They have Ele.me, which in Chinese means are you hungry, which is similar to Uber Eats or Just Eat Takeaway. They have AMAP, which is similar to Google Maps. They have UC, which is a widely used browser. It's pre-installed on most of the Chinese phones. You have DingTalk, which is similar to Microsoft Teams, and it's also used by schools. You have Alibaba Cloud, that's their big cloud business. And the last one is Cainiao. They are comparable to DHL and FedEx. So as you can see, Alibaba has a lot of businesses, different sectors, different brands, and they're huge in China. So it's a good reason to follow them. But before we continue, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe to my channel, like and comment if you don't mind. It's a small effort for you, but it will really help me out to grow a bit and make nicer videos. So thank you very much for helping. Before we go into the pros and cons, let's first look at some of the numbers, and therefore we will go to the stock analyzer. It's a tool that I made in Google Sheets, which helps me analyze stocks. I'm currently still experimenting with it, so it's not perfect, but I hope it will give us some insight. How it works is that where it shows the ticker, which is BABA right now, you can change it into a different company. Let's say MSFT, which is Microsoft, and all the information will update to Microsoft. And yeah, well, everything you see here is based on Microsoft. I'll change it back to BABA, and here you can see Alibaba. If I go here to the income statement, that's yearly, you can see all the numbers, and I want to have a brief look with you at what's going on with Alibaba. You can see the numbers of 2013 until 2022, and here you see the revenue, and you see it has been going up. This row will also show you the percentage increase, but you see that the last year it has not been growing so well. Main reason for that was COVID, so let's hope in the upcoming months and years they will be doing a little bit better. It's something to keep in mind though, that their growth is slowing down. Here you can see the gross profit, and the gross profit has also been going up in line with the revenue, but also last year the increase was not as much as you would expect. If I go all the way down to net income, you will see something interesting. You see it's going up here with a big bump over here. Going up until 2020, where it's 150 billion, and here it goes down again. And the main reason for that is other expenses and income. You can see here they have negative expenses, which is something I would have to dive into deeper to understand what's going on. But it explains the big bump that you see over here. So this is some of the information that is available. I'm still trying to become a better investor, so I want to understand this better and be able to analyze this better. For now, these numbers are all positive. They show me that Alibaba has been doing well and is doing well, but that the growth is slowing down. So that's something I have to keep in mind. If I go back to the dashboard, then you can see all the numbers that we just saw with different ratios. As I said, I'm still experimenting with it, so I will go back to the slides. So the next slide will show you the pros that I think are there to buy Alibaba. Well, first of all, we already saw they have an insane variety of businesses and products. Think of something and Alibaba does it. So it's good that they are in different markets. It's good that they are not betting on one horse, but on all the horses. So if one business is failing, the others can compensate for it. Another big pro is the population of China. It's huge, so the market that they can sell their products to is very big. Another thing is that in China the middle class is growing. So even though the population is big, also the percentage of the population that can purchase is going up. So that's another good thing. And all the products that you see are being used. A high percentage of the Chinese are using Alibaba products. So these are all very important and good things. Another good thing is that the government prefers Alibaba products. They are supporting Alibaba, and also the Chinese people, they can't live without Alibaba. So they have a strong support. They have a big moat. Another good thing is that they started paying dividends. So some of the money is coming back into your pocket. And recently, the main reason that the stock went up 7% recently was that Jack Ma, the co-founder, bought 200 million shares of Alibaba. It shows that someone with inside information in the top is willing to buy more. So he's saying it's cheap, buy it. So therefore, the market feels support that the company is cheap at the moment. Of course, there's also a lot of big cons for Alibaba. First of all, the Chinese government has a big influence. They support Alibaba, but on the other hand, China is not a democracy right now. If the Chinese government wants something to happen and it's against Alibaba, it will happen. So that's something to keep in mind. In the Western world, these influences are less, so it's good to know that this can have an impact. Recently, there has been more international tensions, which makes it more difficult for Alibaba to export. There might be higher tariffs that are there, or people are not willing to buy from Chinese companies. So that's something to keep in mind if you want to buy Alibaba. For that same reason, foreign investors are not enthusiastic about the company. If there's less people buying a stock, then the price is also not going to be that high because you need buyers for the price to go up. Another thing is rise of competitors. The speed of the world is increasing and increasing. So even though they are in a lot of different sectors and they have good technicians, in the future they might be competitors that will do it better. With the speed of the current world, that is something that could happen. Another thing is I don't speak Chinese. It's a foreign language to me, so it's difficult for me to do proper research. And I'm not a client of Alibaba, so I also don't have the experience. So that's something to keep in mind. And the small con is that the price just went up, so it would have been nicer to have bought it just before it went up instead of after. My conclusion. First of all, Alibaba is relatively cheap. They have a low PE and a low price to free cash flow ratio. So for the earnings and the free cash flow that you get, you pay a little. While both Alibaba and China can still grow, so that's another good thing that can happen. Alibaba can get a bigger role in China, and the Chinese population and buying power is also going to increase. China can't function without Alibaba, so they have a big moat. And the government influences both the pros and cons. So they support Alibaba on the one side, and sometimes there might be laws that will prohibit Alibaba from doing good business. So I think that's a plus and a minus. Downside is that foreign investors are not interested, but I'm focused on the long term. I think the interest will come back, so I'm not too worried about it. So overall, all the pros and cons, I have decided to buy Alibaba. It is part of the risky side of my portfolio, but at this price, it is a chance I didn't want to let go away. So I bought them. I hope this video was interesting to you. If you have any questions, please let me know. But also the other way around, if you have any tips for me on to do better analysis or other things you think I could do better, please let me know. It would also be nice if you had some time to subscribe or like or comment. So please do that. It's a small effort and it will help me out a lot. So thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.